All right. Welcome. I'll tell you what, folks. I started the stream. I was like, man, I guess I'm doing this solo tonight. And Badel, prove me wrong. Thanks for showing up, brother. How's it going, man?
Busy, crazy. Just.
I understand.
At least I made it. I want to say on time, but
no. You were here.
I made it in the intro, so you could say it's on time. I'd say it late because I was trying to get on like 10-15 minutes ago. My buddy was here and somebody sent me a mystery package and I was trying to figure out who it was, contacting like 6 or 7 different people. And I'm like, and then everybody's like, no. And then Shuby messages me. He's like, I sent you a package, but I won't tell you what it is. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? At least I know who sent the package because I'm like, it's a package that weighs 5 pounds. And I'm like, I have no idea what.
So loving it. No. Listen, hey, as long as it ain't ticking, that's the way I look at it. It ain't ticking, it ain't bleeding. We're good. We're all good. Oh man. Well, welcome everybody. The notifications are starting to go out. Appreciate you being here. You're gonna have just Badel and I tonight. BC's a little under the weather. However, he did say he was going to try and be in the chat, so maybe he will show up in the chat. We are still broadcasting on his X and on his YouTube channel. So if anybody's watching in either of those two locations, appreciate you being here, as well as all the other locations, because we're everywhere tonight. Facebook, Patreon, Odyssey, YouTube, X, you name it, we're there. So appreciate everybody being here tonight. I will try, and a lot of this information we're going to talk about today really had a lot of BC input, so I'll try to do my best, and if I can't, I'll just throw it to Badel and he'll have to do it. So that's all there is to it. Oh man, on your way in, you know the drill. Don't forget, smack up that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and of course share this thing out. We are here live every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, trying to bring you some good crypto news and a bunch of other news. We're always talking like AI, we're talking quantum. Both of those things are on the agenda for today, as well as we've got some energy talk to put out there. I know Badel likes solar energy, so BC went and seek out a article about how a old coal powered plant was converted for solar energy. We'll talk about that because if you ask me, it's nothing more than a publicity stunt, but that's just me. What do I know? Yeah, but we'll take it on and try and get through that. And you know what? Speaking of Shuby, hey Shuby, how's it going, brother? Shuby Bucket's in the chat if you are on my channel. And yes, welcome. Getting those cheers in there. Appreciate Shuby as always. All right, so what do you say, Badel? How about we get this thing started? Because, you know, who knows? We may have a very quick stream tonight, the way things are going. Oh, man.
I've only had about 2 hours of sleep, and I got a train going by, so that's why I was muted. But
oh, yeah, I hear it. There it is. Boop, boop. There it is. Hey, no worries, man. No worries. All right, let's bring this first article up here. The first article on the agenda. And I don't know. Amazon completes a $50 billion open AI investment as ChatGPT nears its IPO. Now, again, is that a coincidence? No, I don't think so. Again, who knows? I personally think that this is all planned. They're trying to corner the market a little bit here, in my opinion. But let's read into this, and then we'll open it up for a little bit of discussion here. This is the basic juxtapose of the entire thing right here. Amazon has completed its $50 billion investment in OpenAI, according to filings with the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission. The SEC, in the SEC filing, Amazon said it invested $15 billion in the first quarter after signing its agreement, followed by $13.7 billion in the second quarter. It invested the remaining $21.3 billion after June 30th, completing its full commitment. This investment completes one of the biggest funding deals for artificial intelligence. Like, holy cow, that's a lot of money. Sorry, it just is. And you know, I mean, I get why Amazon would want to have their fingers in the proverbial pie. And let's talk this through here a little bit, because I mean, let's be honest. Amazon, you know, is using some form of AI, right? It only makes sense that it would help to streamline their business and how they function within what's coming, as well as where they are right now, streamlining things, getting products out, et cetera, and you know, how they're going to be maybe drone shipping, all that kind of stuff. That's in the pipeline with regard to Amazon. So for them to want to have some input, for lack of a better word, because I'm sure $50 billion buys you just a little bit of input, maybe, you know, with regard to this, it kind of makes sense to me. Like I say, I think it kind of solidifies their input, their influence over this, you know, this AI infrastructure. You got anything you want to add with that, Badel? I mean, what do you think?
I don't see how AI is going to make Amazon really that much better, because like I said, you know, a year or in a previous stream, probably a year or so ago, like I helped to build an Amazon warehouse, and anything over $200 is never touched even by a human. It's all barcode scanners and a little flipper that directs it down a conveyor rail, right? So how can AI really improve on that? What, add more conveyors, add more sensors, add more cameras, maybe get rid of the barcode scanners? But I mean, the only thing AI maybe help with, like shipping or telling people or giving people ideas on what they want to buy based off their recent purchases, maybe. But to spend $50 billion on what? A slight increase of profit? I don't see it being worth it. Like, for $50 billion, you could get rid of all your human employees and replace them with robots that work nonstop until they have to get charged. You know, like, that's the way I feel. But
yeah, I'm listening to you. I'm looking at this message, and Dave Digital, welcome, by the way, where he's saying he can't get the stream to play, and I'm double checking it. Badel, I know normally you have it running on a separate tab there. Are you having issues? Because I'm looking at one of my other tabs I have running, and it looks like YouTube is buffering for some reason. I don't know that it's an us issue. I think it's a YouTube issue. Are you having any issues over there?
I just pulled it up, and I mean, besides the delay, I don't really see anything. It's not lagging.
Gotcha. Well, Dave, I mean, maybe try and refresh your browser. I don't know. That YouTube was buffering there for a while because I could see it on my end, but it looks like it's cleared up. And even Shuby was saying the same thing. So I'm going to apologize. And if you're watching this on the replay, obviously you'll have no issues because it'll all be there, you know, working out well. And it ain't your internet. It's definitely.
I would just say it's probably the platform's issue.
Yeah.
on who we're streaming on, because I've watched so many people for months, almost a year now, and never had issues. And then when they're live, every 30 seconds, every minute, you get 1 or 2, 3 seconds of buffering.
Yep.
So like
And
you step away for 10 minutes, you got to come back and you got to click the live button because you're 30 seconds behind.
Yeah, they get caught up.
How am I behind? It's live. And it's because that little few seconds of buffering now.
And he's saying it's starting to come in now. And so again, appreciate you being here. So Shuby saying it's working now. What's that say? G Gamers. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. And if you're new, you know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe. Even if you forgot on your way in the door, much appreciated. Share this thing out too. We're here every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Normally we have BC PortCorp here along with us. But tonight he's feeling a little under the weather. Like I said, he's going to try and make it into the chat if he's up to it. But the guy's been working his butt off, so I can see why he'd be run down and stuff. So hopefully he'll feel better soon. Just one more thing, to circle back on this whole Amazon thing, Badel, I get what you're saying. Amazon has been like probably like the top tier with regard to automation for a long time in order to, streamline their business. I understand what you're saying. My concern is that or not my concern, I guess my point to saying it could streamline it is, I got to believe that if they've already got this whole, automation kind of dialed in, it can only get better, I think, by adding some AI to it. And maybe even, like you said, if it's like over a certain price range, it's just what it is. Well, maybe to bring it even down more to like where there's so few humans necessary in a warehouse or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
No, I understand what you mean, but what I was referencing is what I was told and what I witnessed and what I saw, but that was over 10 years ago. This was way before even AI, and it's like, you want to go back a little bit further. I'll give you a little short story. Like, I worked for the United States Postal Service when I was 18 because my mom worked there. And the first day out of high school, I was training to be a postal carrier. And you know what you had to do? You had to hand sort all the mail.
Yep.
Nowadays, last I knew, it was called DPS, digital postage sortage or something like that, to where everything is sorted for you and you put it in, and it puts it in they called it a bib. And then you would just take the bib and you would just, all you had to do was count or finger through, like, okay, this address, 123. And then you find where it says like 125, because that's the next house. And then you just pull that, put it in the mailbox. But now they've gotten more where you just put your finger at that marker, grab that mail and put it in the mailbox. And that's why the mail, I feel, is so effed up most of the time as to why neighbors get our mail and I get the neighbor's mail, and I'm not saying that's everybody, but I know it happens to me a lot.
That happens often.
I'm like, at least back then when you had 5,000 envelopes that you had to hand put into places and you had to memorize all the boxes and the streets and all this, and the boxes were aligned by the route. So you'd start here and you'd end here. And then, you got to go through and do this for hours. And then you got to rubber band it all, put it in a thing, and then put it in your vehicle and then deliver it. Nowadays, they just throw that shit in a vehicle and deliver it.
Right. And thank you. Appreciate that. Links to everybody in the description. And especially if you're watching this on the replay, not Mark Dutch in the house. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. That was actually me on his channel. While we're live, I can access his channel. So that was actually me. And Sally back in the house joined us on Friday night. Appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. YouTube is starting to see issues again. So there you go. Well, you know what? Given that, we're going to try and see signal. Okay. We are going to then keep clipping along, try and get through this episode. And that way we can, at least try and get it in here. So anyway, so that's pretty much it. I think I mean, we got a little bit of differing opinions here with regard to AI's potential effect and why Amazon. It just makes, I don't know, in my head, it makes complete sense to me that Amazon would be wanting to get its fingers into the pie when it comes to AI, if you know what I mean. Now, beside AI, we've also talked quantum computing, right? We've talked quite a bit. Matter of fact, I put a link in the description to one of those episodes here that we were live talking about quantum computing. And there's been a push in the crypto space to make crypto quantum resistant. So here is one of the latest things with regard to that. Sorry about that, folks. Freedom Factory launches quantum resistant PQ1 hardware wallet with AI verification. Freedom Factory launched its PQ1, the world's first quantum resistant hardware wallet, priced at $179 with Q4 2026 shipping. So by the end of this year, basically. And that price point is like interesting to me. That's relatively inexpensive and right in line for the top line hardware wallets. Anyway, the device supports Ethereum and EVM compatible chains, part of the basic the Ethereum ecosystem, right? It uses NIST approved SPHINCS plus and dual EAL6 secure elements. Those are the chips. Excuse me. Open source firmware can be verified via AI models like ChatGPT or Claude, aligning with AI plus crypto news trends. The PQ1 lacks Bitcoin support due to the ecosystem's constraints and has received backing from Vitalik, of course, and Balajee. Listen, that's a smart guy. If you don't follow Balajee, I think I put a link to his X account here in the description. So go check him out. I think you'll find a lot of his takes on especially macroeconomic issues very interesting. He looks at things from what almost strikes me as like a three-dimensional lens. I love listening to him break down different topics, especially when it involves economics. So go ahead and check that out. But basically, here is the first of the. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it with YouTube, unfortunately. Appreciate you being here, man. Thank you for your support. Back on track. Yeah, you love YouTube, right? Anyway, this is basically the first of the quantum resistant hardware wallets and wallets. Now, again, only supporting Ethereum, EVM compatible chains, that kind of thing. But I think it's a move in the right direction. You know that other wallets and so on, blockchains, etc., are going to utilize the technology that they put and used here to continue to develop more quantum resistant type of things. And again, the last live stream that I referenced in the link in the description, we talk about the actual timeline, which is at this point in time, like basically a 4-year timeline for all the major players like Google and so on, who are like, yeah, man, we got to be quantum resistant by like 2029, 2030. So, I mean, literally 4 years down the road here, not even actually 4 years down the road, because we're over midway through 2026. So, I mean, it's coming. The work is happening. I think we're going to see a lot more about this kind of stuff with regard to quantum computing as we move forward with this. But, you know, the fact that we're doing that and we're moving it in the right direction, I think is huge. Badel, jump on in here, man. What do you think with regard to this quantum resistant wallet?
To be honest, I wouldn't trust AI with any of my wallets or my bank account. I mean, I know everybody knows me as hating on AI and this, that, and the other. But I mean, hear me out though. Like, we've talked about it many times about quantum and AI and breaking wallets, cracking into wallets. So if AI can break in your wallet, steal your funds, then why would you trust AI to keep your funds safe? Because AIs do talk. It's like me giving CCM my seed phrase to my Bitcoin wallet, right?
Yeah, send it over.
And then at some point somebody goes into his house and he sees my seed phrase with my name and my password or whatever. It's like, it's kind of the same thing, right? Like, just it's except for with me and him, it'd be like pen and paper, but with AI, it's more digital and it's a footprint. Like, it's going to be stored on a cloud somewhere, more than likely. And then some AI is going to find access to that cloud and then find a backdoor or a loophole or whatever to get those seed phrases, usernames, passwords, and all that. And then it's just like, I mean, I feel like for 5, maybe 10 years now, all I've heard, I mean, not lately, but back in the day, was if it's in the cloud, it's there forever.
Well,
like, what is that a short saying? If it's on Facebook, it's true, right? Like, I'm sure a lot of us have heard that, because, if it's not on Facebook, it's not true. But just because it's on Facebook doesn't mean it's not true. Like,
well, but right now you got to remember the idea that they're talking about. And Jesse, welcome. Appreciate you being here. And thank you. Shout out to you for sharing all this on X. Appreciate you, man. Anyway, right now their whole link and connection with the AI is more about utilizing the open source code. They made the code to this open source so the AI could like check it for vulnerabilities. So you could utilize your favorite AI to check their wallet code before you put your funds in this quantum resistant wallet. So, I mean, that may change as things develop. You know how that goes. But like right now, that's their play, I guess, for lack of a better word, with regard to that. So, I'm happy to see that they're working on it. I'm happy to see that they're moving forward with, taking quantum and the potential threat of it seriously. And right now, this is the initial salvo, the opening response to that. And again, the price point, I mean, $179. You can't really, I guess you can't really quibble about that too much.
I mean, we could go back 5, maybe 10 years, right? And just say Bitcoin node wallet is the best way to do it. Put it on a hardware wallet, or not hardware, on a hard drive, and just disconnect it from the internet. And that's the best way to go, because then you're never going to have issues. And a Bitcoin core wallet at that, since it came out, never been cracked. Now, we've talked about AI being able to crack it possibly, but I mean, even BC shut me down on that. And he's like, there's no way a quantum computer with AI is going to crack it.
He's talking in our current state, in its current state, but that's obviously developing and changing on the daily. And when you take into account what we're talking about here toward 2030, well, then that's a different issue completely, which is why you've got all these different developers putting in bits for changing and upgrading the Bitcoin protocol for quantum resistance. And Jesse, appreciate you being here, man. I get it. You're around all day. If you got to go, man. We love
Hey man,
you.
you had 3.5 hours of sleep. That's almost double what I had last night. I almost texted them at like, or not texted them, but put it in Discord at like 3 o'clock this morning. Like, hey, I'm still awake. I don't know if I'm going to make it tonight because I still got to work. But
Well,
I didn't. I'm a trooper.
I'm glad you're here because
I'm
other than
glad
that, I
I
would be
didn't
by
because I was like,
myself.
BC is sick. So I was like, man, at least I got to show up. I can't leave CCM by himself.
Well, believe me, I was going live by myself if I had to, just because I wasn't going to leave this unsaid here. But I appreciate the fact that you're here. Trust me, it's always better because I got opinions, but and I got facts to put out there. But it's always good to have that other point of view. So I appreciate you, man. I do. But we're going to keep moving this thing along, like I said, because before we have more issues with regard to YouTube here, I can see we're glitching again. And so again, guys, nothing we can do about it. I'm seeing the glitches, but it is what it is. So speaking of AI, quantum, how about an AI robot to clean your house? Check this out. You can spend $30 an hour and hire a humanoid robot to clean your house. A company in San Francisco, Tau Robotics, is deploying a humanoid robot to clean your home. Human operator controls the robot, so you control, where it goes, that kind of thing, while the AI assists in the navigation. So you can give it the task, and the AI on board assists in the navigation. And here's I don't know if I can make this large screen. Hold on one second. I'm trying, but it's not allowing me to here. So I'm sorry. You're going to have to see it this way. And it's showing you it's ironing clothes. It's vacuuming. It's throwing the trash. I mean, crazy, right? And I love the fact that they put even though it's got this kind of funky head kind of thing going on, I love the fact that they actually put clothes on it, probably to make people feel a bit more comfortable with having this robot in their house. But coming soon near you, $30 an hour, which is cheap for a cleaning service. I'm just saying, you got yourself a robot. Yeah, I don't know about anything else there, not Mark Dutch, but yeah.
I mean, the only thing I can say about that is you said it was controlled by a human.
Yeah, like you tell it what
it's more
to
like
do.
VR for the human. So is it technically? I mean, yes, it's technically a robot. They probably didn't use the term AI in there because there's no AI. If there's a human controlling it from
well, supposedly the
platform.
AI helps with the navigation. So kind of like think self-driving car, self-walking robot, kneeling robot.
Yeah, so the AI is just scanning the room with multiple cameras to let you know where you're at per square inch or per few square inch, as the human sitting there in a chair, kind of like Ready Player One, right? Just controlling the robot.
I'm guessing. I mean, I don't know. I ain't paying them $30 an hour to come clean my house, especially a robot. Not for nothing. But yeah, there it is.
I mean, it's still cheaper than a maid or a butler, though, right?
So I know that's what I'm saying. If you think cleaning services, these cleaning services are expensive as shit. It's like, hello, so give me my robot for $30 an hour. Yeah. I don't know. I just it's going to be interesting because this is the future coming to you in short order, folks. It just is. $30 an hour might be good for human speed, but I don't think that's going to be good for slow robot speed. Well, maybe. I mean,
that was my next thing I was going to say is it depends on how efficient they are and how quick they are.
Well, and
if it costs you $300 to clean your house and it takes human, say 5 hours, okay, that's $60 an hour, right? But if a robot is there that's controlled by a human, it takes them 15 hours for half the price. Well, they're actually making more money because it takes them longer because the robot's slower. Then the robot, depending on your floors, may also scratch and damage your nice hardwood finished floors. You know, I mean, do they got slippers on? Do they got socks on? Like,
Oh, that
if
would
they
be
bump
interesting.
into the wall and dent the drywall, are they gonna like fix it and paint the whole wall too? Like, you know, I mean,
Can you
there's a lot
see
more
that?
to it.
Can you see that the robot with the socks on its robot feet slipping on the hardwood floor? I can picture it right now. That's funny. That's funny. Oh man. All right, let's keep this thing going. Yeah. Here we go. Did you guys see this? Russia basically trying to get or putting out a warrant for the Telegram founder Pavel Durov. And now this has been an ongoing thing for a while. As a matter of fact, if I remember correctly, I think this is something we mentioned. I want to say it was here on this live on HODL the line, maybe a few months back now, with them trying to basically give them a back door to Telegram so they can, check for the terrorists that are using Telegram to talk to each other and all of these other things. But let's oh God, I hate these things. Come on, close. And of course it won't close. Anyway, Russia's Federal Security Service charged Telegram founder Pavel Durov with aiding terrorism activities and placed him on an international wanted list, the agency said on Wednesday. The FSB accused Telegram of failing to remove channels, chats, and bots allegedly used by Ukrainian intelligence and extremist groups to coordinate sabotage, attacks, and cyber fraud inside of Russia. And listen, he faces life in prison in a nutshell if he is arrested here, because I wouldn't want to be sitting there with my faith in the Russian judicial system. But the fact that these governments are attacking privacy platforms just speaks volumes to me. And it was something, if you weren't aware of it, I wanted to bring it out there. This one was brought into this stream because of me, frankly, because I wanted to get that information out there and make the awareness of this. Because I'm sorry, everywhere, in my opinion, everywhere I turn lately, it's like privacy is under attack. It just is. And just back to last Monday's stream, like I said, which started Friday's stream, about the whole privacy thing, flock cameras, all that stuff. It is, in my opinion, a constant assault, and it doesn't matter what country you're living in. This just happens to be Russia trying to put the screws to the Telegram founder here. Badel, I know you probably got an opinion on this, brother. So go ahead, bring it in. Just be careful. Don't get me like demonetized there.
I will do my best not to swear. I'll be calm. Pet my mane a little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I actually like what that Russian president's doing, because I'm not going to say it's not right or it's not fair. I mean, it's their opinion. They can do what they want as a platform, but I mean, you did what you did, face the consequences. And I just want to bring this up.
You know what he did, right? What he did was he didn't give them a back door. Basically, he didn't take off what Russia says is not adequate speech. They want him to take down all the people that are in the Ukraine that are using Telegram to wage war against Russia. So
he used that to wage war, or he just used that?
No, they're using their platform. Telegram is a messaging platform. So all they're doing is they're basically text messaging each other, and Russia either wants access to that or they want them off the platform. And if not, we're going to arrest the founder and make him do it. And it's no.
Okay, so that still goes in with what I was going to say. Do you remember I think it was TikTok that had whatever streams or whatever you could get on there of all the illegals coming into America during the last presidency.
Okay.
And no president did anything about it. And they just called it out. But I'm like, at least a president of another country, granted, it's not the same thing of illegals, but kind of the same thing.
It's not even
They
remotely
actually
the same
found it
thing.
and they were like, look, we're going to press charges on you if you don't stop it. I mean, we were told that TikTok was banned in America, and that happened, what, for like 2 or 3 days it was banned?
Okay, you're talking two different things. A TikTok is a social media platform. This is a messaging app, a secure, encrypted messaging app. That's like saying you can't message people on Discord that are at war with me. And if you do, we're going to arrest you.
But at what point
demonetized?
Is privacy?
My turn.
You know, I mean, like, we're on the internet, we're talking, and okay, obviously we know it's not privacy of what we're talking about, but like, what is privacy really anymore nowadays with all the AI and all the other stuff involved? It's like,
okay, but you listen, I don't disagree. Now, the effectiveness of the privacy, that's a different conversation. You know, how effective is Telegram's encryption and this, that, and the other thing. Because again, this is about Telegram, right? And there are other encrypted messaging apps like Signal, for example. Hell, the U.S. government uses Signal. But my point is, no government. That's like saying again, oh, this guy, he's running for president. He can't have a voice. No. You should not be able to tell people, I don't care who you are, what president, what country, whatever, what they can use or what they can't use. Or you should have access to be able to see it. I mean, look, Facebook rolls right over. Law enforcement has complete access 100% on their own logins for Facebook. So nothing you say, and if you thought it was protected there somewhere, yeah, not. But this here, I think, is a completely different animal, in my humble opinion.
Maybe I just missed the whole topic and I just kind of went off a side rail like normal, but
well, you're looking at, I think my opinion, if my understanding of what you're saying is that you're kind of looking at it more like a social media thing. This is meant like if I'm messaging you, that's it. Ain't nobody else seeing it. It's meant for privacy. It's meant for private communication. But the government is going to say, no, we arrest the owner or the creator because we can't see what they're saying. Oh. Versus if it was like
give
this.
And take, I feel. I mean, like there's benefits to privacy, but then there's withdrawals from privacy, and that's where the government's going in and going, nope, give us access. And they're like, no.
Same thing with like the tornado. I know I'm pulling off into crypto here at this point, and so on. Tornado Cash, same stuff. You know what I'm saying? Why they attack the creators, but guess what? Tornado Cash still works. Newsflash. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it should be with anything else. And they shouldn't be attacking the creators. And Tornado is in the house. Welcome, man. Appreciate you being here.
But I mean, like if somebody builds a platform to do one thing, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's secrecy or not, and then people use it for nefarious reasons, how you can't really hold the creators or the creators of that platform accountable, because they built a platform and
I agree. That's the point. That's the point. And Russia is trying to hold him accountable because he created that platform, and people that they don't like, that they're currently at war with, are using it against them.
I mean, my biggest thing would be, I don't remember the platform's name, but if they have access to all the messages that have ever been sent on their platform, then it's obviously not secure.
Yes,
Right?
that's true.
So if the government wants access and there's nothing for the government to see, which they shouldn't see anything because nobody should have access to it because it should be secured. Like as soon as you send a message and the other person receives it, it should be deleted from everything. Right? That would be
Yeah, it should be kept on a server. Yeah.
I'm not going to say total security, but that would be secure communications.
Yes.
So if they want access and you refuse to give it to them, well, then obviously you're hiding something, in my opinion.
Well, and you bring up a good point. That's
or are they just trying to prove a point that no, we're security, we're secure, so we're not going to give you access.
I get it. And think about it. If you're looking for a VPN, and you should be using a VPN, folks, links in descriptions with regard to that. But that's one of the things you should be looking for. Do they keep a record of the information that you're tunneling through that VPN? If they do, you got a shitty VPN. It's that simple, because basically, like Badel just said, they've got the record. They've got the record. It is no longer secure information. But I think this is, in a nutshell, this is wrong. Obviously, they're trying to go ahead and force something that should not be forced, because again, they're eating away at those rights. Privacy of communication, if nothing else, here at this point, right? But we got one more thing we're going to discuss, and I got a feeling this might be a bit of a lengthy discussion.
Can I share one little short story?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Google and Android, man, their photos. Okay, I lost a few crypto wallets because I didn't back up my photos when I broke my phone. Lesson learned, whatever. Then I started backing up my photos. The problem is now, if I delete the pictures off my phone, they're not deleted off the cloud. But if I delete them off the cloud, it automatically deletes them off my phone. So it's like,
yeah.
But I've looked into it and I was like, okay, I turned backup off. So every time I take a picture, it doesn't go into the cloud. But all the photos that are in the cloud, if I delete them and they're on my phone also, it deletes them off my phone also. And I'm like, no, I want to delete, say, 50% of my photos on the cloud, but not off my phone. And I've used a few different AIs and they have no example of how to do it.
And I don't think you can, because they were originally synced. You would have to take those photos, load them onto like a separate drive or something, and then delete them off of the cloud.
Well, I mean, I do have a lot, say 90% of my photos as of like, say, last year, backed up on a external hard drive that's put away. But they're just photos, family photos, whatever, landscape, sunset, sunrises, a bunch of random crap. But it's like, I'd like to have access to like certain photos on my phone or on the cloud.
Well,
I can't.
But after you delete them, then you take them off that drive and you can put them back on your phone. That's my point.
Until I turn backup on, and then it resyncs, then it uploads every photo.
Yeah, don't turn your backup back on. Just saying.
And that's where like the issue is. It's like, where's that happy medium? Because I can't find it. I mean, unless if somebody wants to message me in Discord and help me through it, but I can't find that happy medium of
there's not marked up
getting photos off the cloud, but keeping them on my phone. Like,
Badel problems, yes, Badel problems. There it is.
You know what?
Oh man,
maybe at one point there will be other people that will come in and be like, oh, you know what, Badel, I got that same issue and I don't know how to fix it.
We'll see. I don't believe it. Or I'll believe it when I see it. How's that? I'll believe it when I see it.
Like, it almost makes me want to get an iPhone, but
yeah,
I feel I'm going to have more issues with an iPhone because it's like more kid friendly as I'm an adult. So
Not to,
All right.
a whole new
That's my
OS.
little story.
That's all right. Why am I having technical difficulties? There we go. Okay, so BC popped this on in here. He wanted to bring this up, and I honestly, all things being equal, again, this story sounds very warm and fuzzy to me, especially if you're one of these people that is a tree hugger and you like the green initiative and you think all this loony toony stuff. Anyway, Minnesota's largest coal plant that once burned 30,000 tons of coal daily has basically now been converted to a solar power plant with 1.7 million solar panels. And it's supposedly powering 150,000 homes. And it's true. America, as it puts here, is retiring a lot of power plants. This one right here in Minnesota was at one point the state's largest coal plant. And now it's...
Has Donald Trump completely lost support from his own allies amid the conflict with Iran? A stunning claim from Tehran suggests...
Are you flipping kidding me right now? I'm sorry, folks. Obviously, it's not wanting me to talk about this. We're going to go with that. Anyway. Oh, man. This solar company, Sheco Solar, basically is pushing 710 megawatts that they're generating by 1.7 million solar panels. I guess story here, beside you not getting the coal firing, is they're using the plant's existing infrastructure, its wiring to the grid, to bring this energy to the homes. Now, I don't know. Again, it seems very much like a feel-good story to me. Because if you like the green thing, it makes you, if you're a pro-green person, hey, victory, yay, pro-green. I don't know, Badel, you are definitely more of a fan of solar energy than I am. So what say you, man?
It's not going to work out. A coal power plant is still way better than however many solar panels that they have, because that's going to produce power 24/7. Solar, it's a lot more work, and it only provides so much power.
And exactly.
I mean, you get a rainy day.
Yep.
Guess what? You get like 20% of the power. And I have like really good solar panels. Now, if I had like the average solar panel that doesn't have the shadow flux technology, then if 10% of my panel, say my panels are 500 watts, right? And 10% of that's covered. Oh, you're like, oh, okay, I'll lose like 50 watts. No, you lose about 300 to 400 watts. I mean, maybe not that much, but maybe, a little bit less. But 10% shadow on an average solar panel, I mean, you're losing 70% of your power with only 10% shadow.
And that's one of the things that it mentions. I didn't go deeper into that article because we were having those technical difficulties. But that's one of the things it mentions. It's making less power now than it did with the coal. Because why? Like you just said, the consistency isn't there. It's not like it's sunny every day. It's not sunny 24 hours a day. With all those kind of things. Now, do I think it could supplement the grid? Sure, absolutely, 1,000%. But like, you're using 1.7 million solar panels to generate less electricity. How is that good? I'm legitimately asking. Convince me. I don't know. And I'm not asking you, Badel, per se. I'm at whoever. I'm just putting it out there. I don't see how that is a good thing for the environment because you gotta
I mean,
make the damn solar panels. I'm just saying.
and that's just like the basic idea, right? Like when you start thinking about like the tilt and the angle of the solar panels to get the most of the sun for the solar panels per day. I've got enough solar panel farms within 15 minutes of my house. I could take an hour drive around and just take videos and pictures and show you like, oh, here this whole solar farm is pitched this way when the sun is there going this way. And I'm like, do you think they got bifacial panels? Probably not, because they probably bought the cheapest freaking panels that they could.
Oh, hell yeah.
And it's like one little thing in a whole solar farm won't tilt all the panels the right way. And then that whole farm is good for 2 hours instead of 12 to 14.
Yep. And B team, welcome, by the way. Solar has to have perks and write-offs. Like Tesla had amazing government kickback. And you just hit it right on the head. These are kickbacks and incentives to go green. And that's the only reason that having solar and all this other stuff green, using my air quotes there, is even worth anything because you get the write-offs. That's literally the only thing. If you're actually talking about creating the power and that kind of thing, one of the things that we wanted to talk about with when BC brought this particular article up was we've talked here many times about nuclear power. And matter of fact, I think, was it last week or the week before? I think I forgot to link it in the description, but we actually talked about, excuse me, incentives for nuclear power from the Department of Energy to have companies go ahead and start building that for these data centers, right? And we've got companies like Google already building their own power plants for these data centers. So I think at least our current level of technology development, nuclear power seems to be a bit more on the money, I guess, for lack of a better word. Any thoughts about juxtaposing that, Badel, solar versus the nuclear?
Solar is nice if you use it right and you install it right. The fact that, like I said in the last comment, you know, I can drive 15 minutes from my house. There's so many solar farms that used to be crop farms. They used to produce corn, beans, you know, field corn, things like that. And now it's just fenced in and it's a bunch of freaking solar panels that half the time when I drive by, they're not even pointing in the right direction.
Yep.
And it's like, I would much rather have like corn, beans, feed corn for the animals rather than solar panels. Like if solar panels are installed like on a big building that's going to be there for a couple hundred years, cool, go for it.
Yeah,
Maybe
but they're not made for that.
Well,
they're not made to last.
A solar panel's life is say like 30 years on average.
Okay, but are you kidding me? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what's 30 years in the scheme of things? And a lot of these solar panels, they got their green kickbacks, but they're not even connected to the grid. They did everything setting it up, but they didn't connect it to the grid. What's the damn point? What's the damn point?
Because they made more money as a kickback than doing anything.
Exactly. The bottom line is, folks, do your research before you believe some of these headlines. That's like that headline. Does it sound good? Hell yeah, sounds great. Yo, pat me on the back, man. Going green. But it's not worth what it is.
I mean, if you live in a state and they allow plug-in solar, and if you live in the United States of America, probably the lower 48 states, look up I think it's plug and play solar, something like that. And most states allow like 1,200 watts of solar, but you need a dedicated circuit, which whatever. But you can throw like 2 solar panels up there And you know what? It helps get you free money. Like, you're not buying batteries, an inverter. You're just hooking it up to an outlet that is dedicated just for that. And, you know, for 4 or 5 hours of the day, maybe 8 to 10 hours of the day, you may get 1 kilowatt back for free. You know, it helps, but.
And there you go. Most solar panels will pay themselves off in 12 years. If they're good for 30, you got 18 years for free.
I mean, I'm all for solar. Don't get me wrong, but there's a time and a place.
I completely agree. And the way they're trying to deploy it, in my opinion, is not the right place. My opinion. That's a strictly me opinion. I do not represent the opinions of HODL. Well,
and I didn't take any incentives on the solar, because mine is all off grid and it's running a few of my Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash miners, and that's it. Like, I paid for everything out of pocket, didn't get no kickback, didn't get no incentive, didn't tell the fucking power company, didn't fucking pull a permit, didn't pay the
there
city.
We go. Demonetized.
I'm sorry, I swore. You swore before me, though, which was probably the first time ever.
But that one is okay. It's when you get to the F-bombs, then you can't, yeah.
But no, I just paid for everything out of pocket because I was like, hey, you know what? It's a fun experiment. Let's see it. And
listen, I'm with you. There's a time, there's a place. I don't disagree. But well, folks, that's it. No BC tonight, just us poor saps sitting here talking. Appreciate you guys in here and keeping the chat alive. You know the drill. If you're heading out, like, subscribe, share. Appreciate all of you for being here. You're why we're here every week, every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Listen, tomorrow night, 6 p.m., 100th episode of Matrix Money tomorrow night. Myself, Jar, will be live with Daniel Diaz, Executive Director of Citizens for Sound Money, and Joe from Trade Intuition will be here with us as well. So make sure you're joining us tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Badel, anything before we dance our way out of here or what?
I didn't realize we were done with the show already.
That's everything, dude.
I was just trying to pull up the I was trying to pull up the link for tomorrow. Oh, here we go. No, that's what I was just trying to do is.
No, that's fine. But yeah, appreciate it. And thank you. But they'll just dropped it in there for everybody. And Jesse has been sharing it on X. Thank you. Shout out to Jesse again for doing all that. Appreciate you guys being here. And tomorrow night, we're going to do a couple of giveaways. We've got a Tangent wallet to give away. We got some swag to give away. So, come on, spend some time with us tomorrow night. We'll probably be on for a couple hours, just kind of celebrating. We're going to look through some of the previous episodes we've done, stuff like that. Try and have a fun time. So that's it. I'm losing my voice, so we're out of here. At this point, we're going to dance our way out.
You need some liquid courage or some water or something.
I have literally, and you see me drinking, and it still ain't helping. So there you go. All right, I'm out. Have a good night, guys. And like I said, join us tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time. And
have a good night, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Take care.
Yeah. Screens glow. Timeline scream. Same fear, different day. Lock in. Huddle the line. Don't blink, don't fold. Hands stay steady when the stories get old. Charts go wild, but the dace is fine. Mindset, grounded, battle calm. BC breaking down the noise. Hold the line. Yeah, we ride that grind through the fear, through the foot, through the echo chamber signs. They panic, sell. We design the climb. Hold the line. Yeah. Old school charts in a new age storm. Seen cycles born, seen cycles torn. Zoomed out vision, long-term frame. While the feed chases candles, he studies the game. Macro whispers, history rhymes. Patience weaponized over time. No panic button, no rush to speak. Just fast.